In today's video, we're going to talk about what we call a kinder and gentler way to approach intermittent fasting if you are a mature, or we like to say, ageless woman.
Hi, Robin and Deanna here with Lean, Healthy, Ageless. And if you are a woman 45 plus looking to experience your best health, your best vitality, and your best body, no matter what your age, you are in the right place.
Well, intermittent fasting, what is it? It is eating certain times of the day and not eating others. It's not about what you eat in particular, it is when you eat.
So we wanted to just share with you why, as you age and you're dealing with all sorts of the really fun stuff that we do as we get into our mature years, why being very aware of your body during fasting and maybe give you some tips to help you with fasting to get the best benefits, because our bodies are so unique and they respond differently. Now, fasting can be amazing. We like to start people on what we call our ELT Eating Cycle. It's what we wrote about in our book, The Eat, Live, Thrive Diet, that kinder, gentler approach for fasting for women that are more mature. Now, how you start is simply just jump in and do what we call a 12-12 fast, meaning you eat in a 12-hour window and then you fast for 12 hours. Super easy to figure out. Stop eating at 7 p.m., don't eat again until 7 a.m. There's the 12 hours. Anybody can do that, and we believe that you should do that really almost every day for the rest of your life.
Now, if you want to take it another level, ideally, stop eating a little earlier in the evening. So let's just say you stop, maybe the last thing you put in your mouth is 9 o'clock at night. Back that up a little, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, because you really don't need to fuel up for sleep. So if you're trying to lose weight especially, that's a great new habit to form, even if it's 1 hour. The other thing is we have learned through studies that 12 to 13-hour fasts on a regular basis can actually decrease your risk of recurrence of breast cancer and breast cancer in general, because there's some things going on, I think, that go far beyond breast cancer.
Once your body has gotten used to that 12-12 or 12-11-13, you can, several days a week if you want, push that fasting window to 14, 16. Even once in a great while, you could do an 18 or 20-hour fast. We do not recommend that women in our age bracket do long-term fasting, like 20-hour fasts on a regular basis, because it puts too much stress on the body, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But those longer-term fasts, 16, 18, and 20 hours periodically, will benefit your body with what's called autophagy. We call it self-cleaning. It's a very good way to detox your body, because at a cellular level, your cells actually, your body starts to eat the garbage, so to speak, and it cleanses out the dead cells, the bad cells, the toxins, and it kind of starts eating its own way through your body and gets rid of the bad stuff, keeps the good. Also, those longer-term fasts can help put you into a little bit more of a fat-burning mode, helps your body utilize fat for energy. But again, for women that are mature, doing those longer-term fasts, like 18 and 20 hours, I mean, maybe once, maybe twice a month would be what we suggest, not longer. Let's talk about why, Deanna, that's what's happening for women our age.
Well, what we know is many, many women, 45, 55, 65 plus, have what's called adrenal fatigue. Basically means we've overtaxed our adrenal system. Our adrenals put out various hormones, but one of the key ones you've probably heard about is cortisol, the stress hormone.
And it's also a fat-storing hormone.
Oftentimes, if you have adrenal fatigue, you might have a lot of true just fatigue. You don't have high energy. You feel lethargic. You don't feel well rested after sleeping all night. There's other symptoms, but you really don't know without taking a blood test. But one of the things we have found is when people introduce fasting, intermittent fasting, especially mature women, you need to listen to your body and let your body adapt slowly. Because if you do have adrenal fatigue, you may have a negative effect, adding extra stress to your body, therefore putting out more fat-storing hormone, cortisol, and actually working against you. So start, like we said, 12, 13-hour fast and work up maybe 1 hour at a time and see how your body feels. If you are feeling like you're having a major blood sugar dip, if you're having significant energy decline, any other kinds of symptoms, it may be saying it's too much.
Right, because again, fasting it actually puts stress on your body. It can be a good stress, But for some of us, it can be not a good thing. It's too much of a good thing. What do they say?
Yeah, too much of a good thing. That's what they say. And I'm an example. I actually enjoy fasting. When I started fasting, I'm finding I'm not hungry at all in the morning. I can easily go till noon. But guess what happens with me? I realized when I took my blood pressure that when I was fasting more than 14 hours and not breaking my fast within 2 hours of getting up in the morning, my blood pressure was going up. And when I ate, within a half an hour, my blood pressure was back down again. Don't know why, just know that that's my body telling me something. And so if I want to fast, say 16 hours, I have to stop eating earlier in the evening, because something about that morning when our cortisol is high anyway just triggers me to even pump out more.
So don't be legalistic about your fasting hours and your fasting protocol. Listen to your body, adapt where you need to. Personally, for me, I have done regular fasting anywhere between 14 to 16 hour fast. I would say 5 or 6 days a week for the last several years. And I never said, oh, I have to meet this time frame. I have to. All of a sudden, I just want you to be aware. Our bodies are in constant change. Our bodies are in constant flux, especially if you're in that hormonal change time. Right now, I have actually shifted out of my fasting for a period of time. I'm giving my body a break, and I've gone back to a longer eating window. Now I'm probably at 12 to 13 hours on a regular basis and eating breakfast again. Does that mean I'm going to do that forever? No, I'll probably change again in several months or 6 months. But just know that you don't have to be so regimented. And also, here's something. If you've been doing a regular fasting schedule and it worked for you initially, and maybe it's not working for you anymore, maybe it's time to switch it up. You could switch up your days, you could switch up the times that you're doing fasting, or maybe it's time to just give your body a break, go back to the 12 or 13 hour fast, and pick it up in a few months and see what happens for that.
Well, we also want to talk about something called rebound eating. Say intermittent fasting is working for you in terms of your body can handle it, you do just fine. But let's just say you're doing a 14-hour fast. So you are basically giving yourself a 10-hour eating window. You missed a meal. You go to eat the next meal and you think, oh, permission to eat as much as I want because I fasted for 14 hours. Not so quick, girly. The reality is we can eat calories on so much faster. So you really want to think of, if you're trying to lose weight, you want to think of that meal you skipped. You're not adding those extra calories back in the rest of the day. They're actually going to be that many less calories. Say you have a 400 or 500 calorie breakfast and you don't break your fast till noon, well, you're going to eat ideally 400 to 500 calories less that day.
Don't get us wrong. We love fasting. We think there are so many benefits for so many of our clients. The fasting, the ELT fasting cycle has been a game changer for them in their weight loss, in their health. I mean, it's incredible the changes that some of our coaching clients have seen and some of the readers of our book have seen. So we like it. We just want you as a mature woman to really be aware of your body. And if you are under stress, and maybe it's not emotional stress, maybe it's stress from changing hormones, maybe it's physical stress, there are some things that you can do while fasting to support your body.
Well, we have two supplements that we highly recommend. One is called rhodiola, and it is for mental, physical, emotional stress. It just really comes alongside. It is included in another supplement we love for adrenal fatigue called HPA Adapt. It stands for hypothalamus, pituitary, and adrenal axis. It's those three, what is that called? Hormone producing organs that actually produce our stress hormones, and it can help bring those into balance. I take this every single day in the morning without food, and it does allow me to fast when I want to, and of course fasting those hours that are working for me. So you can find these in the link provided with this video if you want to get more information about them.